Well, hello everyone. Today we are doing chest, and as you can see, I have gone up um, another plate because my shoulder is, I think, healing. I took a day off and yeah, literally spent like 2.5 hours on my old ass elliptical, which is probably the most use it's had in like 5 or 6 years. And that's not, it wasn't mine. So that's why I'm saying that. Uh, so, and just because like the way it sounded by the time I started using it, by the time I got off of it, it was making a lot more noises. Um, yeah, Um, hopefully, I don't get any shoulder pain, and then we can keep up this progress, and I can get back to weight in my chest, and then um, hopefully, that and the increase of back, because your chest won't get bigger unless your back gets bigger, and that is one hell of a great workout, especially if you don't have a lat pull down machine. Like if you don't have cables, I'd highly recommend that over even doing pull ups, because when you're doing pull ups, you can't do a pull up after you can't lift your own weight. And if you're like me and you weigh 250 pounds, which is like light for me in my bodybuilding career. I mean, when I was like fully ready for competition, I would literally be, I think it was like 271 of just pure, just shredded, like 8 packs, and they were like packs. They weren't like bumps like everyone else that has abs, because I didn't do cardio, because in my 20s, you have enough natural testosterone and calorie burning so that just lifting weights and the fact that your body's like it's on steroids when you're that young, um, my muscles were growing even more. So right now, technically, you can't after 30. Yeah, pretty much just after 30 years old, you can no longer get away with just lifting weights if you want to go and cut weight, or not cut weight, but just not be fucking fat. So, yeah, and that's also why I'm in this hoodie. I'm just fucking joking. I don't give a shit if you don't like my stomach. Like, I can see my abs underneath my gut, so go fuck yourself, little bitch. You fucking pussy. Like seriously, come at me. Anyways, uh, anyone who has any problems with my weight, you know where to go, or seriously reach out to me, and I will physically handle you. uh I mean, no cameras or anything behind, I don't want to say behind closed doors because that's creepy, and I don't want to be behind closed doors with a stranger, but in an area where I can see if you're gonna try to kill me or stab me or something or shoot me, yeah, I will literally punch a hole through you. Um, because I can do that. I can't Homelander someone yet, but I definitely could punch a hole through someone. So, oh, look at me getting all this attention. So yes. Um, enough of the shit talking. Let's get to the lifting, because this is for training, not for entertainment. I'm not a fucking entertainer. I'm a presenter. Fucking pussies. Oh wait, this is a warm-up set. I'm doing way too many reps. Oh my god. I cut that part out. Top of my hood got caught in the bar. I feel like an idiot after talking shit. Karma. I tell you, it's a great feeling not having pain in your fucking shoulder. Just trying to bench when benching is like, literally like, what the village idiot thinks of when it comes to bodybuilding. And when you can't even do like the basic thing that people do to make themselves look muscular, it really hurts. Especially because, like, you know, it's not, you know, my chest has never been my strong suit. I've always had, you know, big shoulders and arms, like, and legs. That was always my thing. Just naturally, like, those are my natural attributes. But my chest, not so much. But I also was young. I also didn't do steroids, didn't get flapjack tits, didn't get, you know, man boobs, which really helps with the development of chest. Like, if you give yourself like flapjack man tits, your bench will literally double. That is the only thing that steroid users have, like, as like, you know, a shoulder tap on the back, because that's real. That's the only thing they got. Like, because like the chest muscle is, you know, to grow your chest, you have to grow it through your arms completely. Like, you cannot, and your back. So, like, the rest of your body has to build your chest. So, to be able to do that and to isolate that much weight when your arms, which are supposed, you know, when you're benching, you know, 300-400 pounds, there's, you know, fucking twigs. They should only be able to throw around 100 and like 140 pounds each arm. Like, that's not 400 pounds. That's not 300 pounds. I mean, barely 300 pounds. So that's why when I was in my prime, that's pretty much where I plateaued, which was like 65 or something like that, around 360 something. I don't know. I pretty much did that, and then was too exhausted to go and try to go for more weight, and also I didn't have a spot again after that. It's weird how things work. Like, for a while, I was like, at least I know how much I can bench. But then the entire time, I'm like, oh, but I would love to say that I could bench 400 pounds easily. But, you know, even though I even worked, like, my ass off to get ready for the next time I had a spot, I never had another spot again. I haven't had a spot in over a decade. Because, literally, the world is shit. Everyone is self-centered. No one is reliable. No one's loyal. No one can stick to a fucking schedule. No one understands that being on time is late. No one understands that when you make a commitment, you're supposed to actually follow through. Like, till death do you fucking part. Period, of any commitment. You don't have to have a grandiose, like, I'm willing to, you know, swear legally. Like, every single time you say you're gonna do something, fucking, it's legally binding. It should be. It's like a handshake. Imagine, like, how handshakes used to be, like, you know, trustworthy. Like, the world is a fucking shithole. And it's the fucking communists that invaded our country after World War II, that the fascists that are pretending to be anti-fascists, they're the ones that have been ruining the fucking world. And, yeah, until, the educated and the proper and the wealthy go and, like, take over all public offices, again, we will not have safety and security in our country. I mean, look at El Salvador. I knew that motherfucker was a cool motherfucker. He was cool as shit. Like when reporters were asking him, like, "Hey, are you gonna go and smuggle that, Montana man who? Oh my God, oh my God." You know what? I'm not even gonna do, like, literally. You go and harm another human being, like where that person, never mind for good, has their life affected, like in any way, shape, or form. Beyond that point, you no longer have a right to society. Period. Like you're ex-nayed, you're Judge Dredded out. Like get the fuck out. Seriously, one and done. But whatever. Uh, doesn't matter if he beat his wife and all that shit on a regular basis. But yeah, whatever, women beaters, as long as it follows, the communist regime, the fascist, socialism. Anyways, again, this is not about politics. This is not a show. Shit, cut that part out. Alright, cool. This is just me training, and now I'm rambling because I got testosterone flowing through me. I'm feeling good. I'm so happy about the fact that I just did my first set. And I even when I did burnout sets, it still hurt. I just did my first fucking bench press without any pain in my left shoulder. That is so fucking awesome. Like I feel it. Like I feel like the point where I should be in pain, and it still feels funny. But when I was benching, no sharp pains whatsoever. I mean, I think I'm favoring my right side because I feel like my left pec is getting more of a workout, which is good because I think my left pec is smaller than. I mean, my right pec is my right, your left. Is just a little bit smaller. I think that's always because I favor my left side. Because I'm right-handed and I'm a bodybuilder. So, anyways, enough with the talking, enough with the bullshit. Back to the lifting. And now that I guess that was like, supposed to be a warm-up and not an actual set, I will start doing sets now. Play one more for good luck. Alright, I'm done talking shit. I'm just gonna be lifting because this is not a show. This is training. Today we are pumping iron. We're not trying to please you. Us, my director and writer, and presenter and producer. We're not pandering to modern audiences. Damn it, I really should have started off this video with, something like, hey, everyone, I'm Andrew, and welcome back to hell, or something like that, before I went on my rant over things that no one can do anything about individually right now, unless you're, literally the commander-in-chief. which is still terrible that people aren't executed for running their mouths about the leader of our country. But yeah, a big shout out to Sydney Watson. Um, she is the only that I know of genuinely hysterically good person that doesn't need raunchy or sex comedy whatsoever to, I mean, even now it's not really comedy anymore because we had a complete fake that was like that looked like a really beat up version of Ronda Rousey when they like use her as the meme for Shrek, or not Shrek, the guy from the Goonies. Which Ronda Rousey is an absolute knockout now, but I used to hate her because I just thought she was just like a trailer park person. But you know, she's not really. And now she's like bam, like especially after having work done. Um, and then there's, you know, Gina Carano, who is literally the goddess and the most attractive MMA fighter to ever live. I don't know about the best, but damn, she is still an 11. So enough of my masculine male gazing, and let's get back to it. And you know what? I think it's okay to, you know, judge and compliment women on their beauty because since I was a semi-professional, because I never made it into the professionals, because it doesn't exist, have been literally objectified to the point where I am disgusted by a lot of women in the world. Like, absolutely disgusted. A lot of you women need to seriously go to, you know, Home Economics 101 and, yeah, finish that course. And it's funny that you have to start at 1. And also, none of you have etiquette or are feminine in most ways, which, yeah, that's why men want you. And that's why you've had no choice but to marry the state and the government. And your icon, who was pandering to you and literally selling you lies in the masses because it's all propaganda and manipulation, flipped the script and is now doing exactly what a normal human being would want to do, which is to have a nice, happy family, a big family, and have white picket fence. So let's get back to the time where it was, you know, the era of soap, the legendary spoof on soap operas, where a stabbing, or which was the biggest joke because none of the things happened in Connecticut ever before, but yeah, to spoof on it, they had the first you know, criminal activity in Dunn's River, Connecticut, be him getting shot, stabbed, bludgeoned, and choked. And shot. All in the shower at once. It was hilarious. and then the joke was like, in Dunn's River, Connecticut? And that was like the actual hilarity because that was just like, what? Like that fat nerdy kid going, what? That meme. That's like how it was. Yeah, that's why that show is so fucking awesome, because it spoofed on, when the world was like a safe place and had standards. And what's funny? I've looked up to Ronald Reagan thinking that he was like, because he was the president during, all the good times during the eras. But no, he was just a puppet for his rich buddies. And yeah, he created Reaganomics, which was the war on drugs, which they only cared about because they weren't making, they had, like they didn't care about all, like the thousands of deaths by the Colombians and the Mexicans. They only cared about the money leaving the United States. That is the only reason why the Reagan administration was successful, because he associated, because of the, the DIA was able to go and obtain photographs of known communist leaders being funded and working in trafficking drugs with narco trafficking leaders. That made narcos communists. And back then, Reagan only cared about communists. And you know what's so fucking funny? The fact that he allowed communism to thrive in America after what he did. And if he actually stood up for what he would always say on television, especially with Nancy Reagan, just say no. Like if they saw what the world is today, they probably, at that age when they were in, running the country, would have had strokes. Knowing what they were going to implement would eventually turn into all of this, because that's what happened. I mean, Bush Sr. was a crackhead, and now we know the Clintons are pedophiles, and that's proven. That's all over, the files, and that's proof. That's proof. And just look at them. Just look at Hillary Clinton. You know that she looks like the type of woman that rapes little boys. Like, she's the definition of what a woman would look like if she did that for like 40 years. I'm not even joking. Like, I guarantee you that Monica Lewinsky was a blessing for the entire Clinton administration, because she was above age. Anyways, I'm done with this hell gondola. And again, go watch Sydney Watson, because she's the only female that is genuinely hilarious without being raunchy or disgusting or just, stupid. So go on over and check out her channel. And I'm going to shut the fuck up and go back to not being entertaining and lift weights, because this is a training channel, not an entertainment show, which I feel like I have to repeat. But everyone has an attention span of 20 seconds or so today, so none of you will probably even hear this. Unless you only... Well, no, actually, that goes against what my theory is, which is that everyone still watches every video, whether it's porn or not, like it's porn. So they watch the very beginning, maybe like the middle where you see something that's, interesting, and then the ending. The finish. And that is literally our society today. So if I was like actually benching right now, none of the shit that I just spewed would ever be known by anyone in the public. I feel like I could probably get away with murder, like confessing murder, because that's the attention span of people these days. So I'm going to, what I should be doing is just, talking shit while I'm lifting, but I'm not a fake person that puts on a front. That's why I'm not a entertainer, because this is me. This is just me. Like, if I'm in a good mood, I'll be cracking jokes. If I'm not in a good mood, I'm going to be serious. The fuck is wrong with people? What do you want from me? Alright, that's some good balance right there. Oh yeah, that's right. Too many sets. I mean, cocksucker motherfucking bitch. I'm not gonna comment on, see, this is why I'm gonna go and lift, because, I don't want people really to pay attention. I'm not gonna comment on, who specifically. I mean, I've been in a machine shop for over a decade of my life with a bunch of fat, disgusting, greasy, oily men that smell like metal and grease and oil and body odor. Go and objectify women that even in that male's prime wouldn't even be able to be in the same room as that woman. Go and objectify them, and it's fucking disgusting. So, literally, only people that are attractive and have good hygiene and work to be attractive and have a good life and not be disgusting should be allowed to look and appreciate the beauty in a female's figure or looks in any way, shape, or form. Otherwise, you're not allowed, and you're fucking disgusting, and you're toxic, and you're a pig. And there is not and because of you, I will save it for my next routine, because you won't be paying attention. Alright, this will be my last set of, I don't know why I'm thinking about this, because I'm thinking about too much about what I'm going to say while I'm doing my set. Not routine. Cut that part out, by the way. So 135 plus 40 pounds is 130, plus 40 pounds is, 170. Yes, this is 170. Wait, 175. Fuck. Alright, so now I can actually get to what I'm really thinking about. I've been manufacturing since junior year in high school, where I was on work study. I was going to work instead of school for half the school year. So since 16 years old, 15 or so, I have seen hundreds, almost thousands of people going up the ladder the long way. The very long way, because my dad was in the trade. And knew everyone. So his logic was, because people didn't show him disrespect, I had an opportunity. Nepotism. It was anti-nepotism. Everyone fucking hated me because my dad's a fucking redneck, abusive, piece of shit, ignorant motherfucker. He's an adulterer. He murdered my mother and our dogs. I won't have a Thanksgiving because of that man. I will never be as intelligent as I could have been because of this scar and being thrown through something. My mom said it was a cement wall, but you know, she was also, you know, dying. And yeah, so everyone, my father's a fucking murderer, and he neglected my family and my mother and our dogs, just like you would neglect any pet, any person you have signed a contract to take care of. Seriously. Like, it's a felony to murder animals because of our president. People don't realize that, or even mention it, or think about the fact that no other president has ever done that. And there are still judges in Connecticut that are fully ignoring that fact because our president made it a felony. And are letting people just, you know, murder dog after dog after dog, and then just get, you know, animal retraining even after they've murdered 4 dogs. Which, of course, you know, threw me into a rage and again, this is a sensitive topic because people are idiots and don't know how to decipher what I'm talking about by making bold statements. So I'll just save it for my next routine. Fucking cut that out. My next set, because you don't pay attention. You watch this for entertainment value, not for training purposes. Fucking pussies. And because of everyone having issues with miscommunication and the attention span of everyone, and, like, you know, that mental midget, like, immediate block logic that people have, and, you know, that cancel culture that we live in, I must clarify that when I rant, am not talking about anyone unless I say their specific name in particular, ever. I am only talking in generalities, and I use satire a lot, which with my monotone voice, and because a lot of people don't understand intelligent humor, it goes over their heads. That's not my fault. Yeah, so for all context and for all intents and purposes, I am only speaking to the terrible people out there in general that have just ruined the world. I'm talking about the disgusting men and women, because women are just as manly as and toxic as men are now, by majority. Really, I'm just talking to fundamentalists. and communists, which are fundamentalists, and neo-Nazis, Nazis, really just, the Third Reich, that have pretended to be Democrats, but are all fundamentalists. Because you can't be a Democrat today. You're either was a liberal, now are on the right, or you're on the right, or you're on the right, or you're a lefty lunatic, far left, fundamentalist, communist, fascist, psychopath. That is a fact. That's not my opinion. That is just written in stone. And if you look at who's been murdered, who's been attacked, who, once again, rest in peace, Charlie Kirk and Irina Zarutska. You will never be forgotten. Ever. And I like, by myself or anyone else that has a good heart and mind in this world. No one deserves to be murdered. Ever. Fuck that noise. Like, you think murder is okay to people that don't bother you? Come at me and I'll murder the fuck out of you because you don't belong in a safe society. It's like, literally, we're living The Walking Dead, where it's like humans are more dangerous than the zombies. So now Democrats are fundamentalists because once they've seen the rhetoric on the walls, seen the majority of the population, prove them wrong, they've seen all the facts, all the truths, and that's the definition of a fundamentalist. And they still won't believe it, so they're suicidal and they want to die on that hill. So I don't actually want to go and live with the murder. So actually, I take that back, because none of those people are even worthy of my, brain power or thoughts past a certain point. So, yeah, because they're not allowed to live in my brain rent-free. So, yeah, I don't ever want to even think about an individual. That's why all of my statements are very generalized and never, unless I say their name. So, that all being said, I'm going to do my burnout set, which, after my last two sets talking through, I really fatigued myself to try to talk and still do sets of 10. Just stop the hate, people wouldn't want you out of society if you were safe to be in society. People like me wouldn't make bold statements like, I'll end you, or, I've never said I'll end you. That's rhetoric for the Communist Party. But I will punch a hole through you. But I've said that. So I will not ever actually do that, because I'm a civilized human being. And really, all I would do is pretty much, if it was up to me, find a way to lock you out of society, like in the wilderness, just away from society, and free people, human beings, because you don't belong among human beings. It's crazy how many people in the world all around us, everywhere, are all secretly Nazis and are racist. And everyone crying racism is a racist. Literally, if, Morgan Freeman, even though he is eccentric, so I do understand that eccentric people have to do disgusting things because it's their quirks. But the man did go in, he was in the movie Seven, and he did another amazing movie, but he made the statement in an interview when asked about racism, what he thought. And he said, stop talking about it. You want to get rid of racism? Stop talking about it. Stop making it a thing. If it doesn't exist, it's a non-issue. So every single motherfucker out there is an ignorant, the definition, if you bring up racism. So anyone who ever brings up that we are different, again, which is bringing up racism, which is saying that we're different, doesn't belong in society. They judge Dredd out, get the fuck out, wastelands, Mad Max, get the fuck out and try to survive with the rest of your fucking fundamentalist lunatic friends. Because unless you're going to be civilized and adhere to society and actually be a productive member, you don't even have to be a productive member. Just don't hurt society or other people in society. Don't hurt others. Don't ruin other people's day. Don't make people feel bad. Don't force your thoughts on others. None of that shit. That's why I literally am completely unbiased. I mean, 100% biased. That was a bad joke. Cut that part out. But seriously, hate has to stop. So I've tried to be, non-political, and now it's a safety issue if you're not aware of the politics of human beings. And I've been saying this for months now, and it's getting worse and worse and worse. And it's so funny that with my actual photographic memory before all the hits and blows to the head, I predicted a lot of, it was like I was South Park, or not South Park, wow, The Simpsons, and a mix of South Park, but mostly The Simpsons. But South Park is also, they've predicted the future very well too. But yeah, no, make those predictions and having similarities to the reality we live in now is shit compared to what I knew was going to happen and what is happening today, which is dead fucking on. And this was through a mind of, I think, a 14, 15-year-old, 16-year-old, around that age era. So around that age era, I was smarter than the most intelligent politician. That's not, doing a good job now. And I'm seriously considering running for Congress, some kind of office, because I have to save humans from the Third Reich. Americans. I have to save Americans and humans. I say humans because, we're all animals, and being human is being civilized, which is kind of against our natural, mammal, urges, our, natural, animalistic, things that we want to do, the terrible things that a human wants to do. If we indulge in them, we're nothing but animals. It's why people have, associated a certain race of people with animals, because they can't act like civilized people, so they can't act like humans. That's why they are compared, and then they just call it racist, and it's like, no, it's just a fact. But whatever. Hey, I'm allowed to say these things because I have attributes and the knowledge of the guru. And I will be known as the guru of this generation. Rest in peace. Gangstar. Alright. I think I've done enough shit talking and explaining my stance on things for today, at least, until I go and talk to another person that has literally been brainwashed again, which could be in an hour from now. You never know with everyone in the society today being so fucking just gross and disgusting. Like, people by majority are just gross. Like, seriously. I can't even tell you, like, I made it all the way to the top of the ladder in the manufacturing industry. And I also was thinking about the fact that, like, if we did have, like, a zombie apocalypse or, like an actual apocalypse where everything got wiped out, I could probably go and rebuild every part of the defense system in America. Because I have built every single... Shit, I'm too far forward. I have built every single part of every jet, every helicopter, every tank, every regular passenger aircraft. I've made all the parts to all of them and engineered them. So, literally... Oh my god, this feels like nothing. But my left shoulder doesn't hurt. Fuck yeah. Fuck yes. So yeah, if you're watching and I'm like, fuck you, or go fuck yourself, you fucking pussies, or whatever, I'm not talking to you if you're watching. Shit. That was scary. That was scary. My arms are gonna give out. I almost just died. Alright, enough talking. It's fucking... I'm just going and repeating what is all over the actual news. Alright. Camera change. Damn it, my mustache is getting unruly and ridiculous. I'm sorry, ladies and gents. It's gotta go. But it'll be back in like 2 weeks, so don't worry. Like fully in 2 weeks. It'll be back in a week. But yes. Oh, I love my fans, my followers. If you actually, or anyone watching, if going in, now my shoulder's better, I can go up and wait. Not better, but, well, better, just not cured. I still feel it. Just doesn't hurt when I bench now. So before you know it, I'll be doing incline with lightweight, even though I need someone to help push off. Okay. Go. Alright. So, if what I'm doing helps you get off your butt and go and do any workout whatsoever, copy me, do your own, listen to me, don't listen to me, just don't hurt yourself. Okay, I went a little too heavy. But yeah, if whatever I'm doing inspires anyone out there to go and just go and move around, feel good about themselves, even if I pissed you off, or anything, like everything is motivation lately. Hate just needs to go away, but for me, hate just pushes me to go harder. Because it's like, if you hate me, then I'm winning. Because, look at me. Like, seriously, look at me. If you hate me, I'm winning. Okay. Gotta be careful. I actually feel my left shoulder right now. Alright, there we go. Alright, I'm gonna shut up. I'm focusing. Again, not an entertainment show. No matter how entertaining it may be, when I get in a good mood. Okay, that was a good one. Yeah, so if I pump you up, then I'm a happy man. That's all I care about doing when it comes to otherwise just documenting my progress, which is all I meant to do in the first place. Why do you think nothing's tagged or anything? I just label what workout it is, so I'm not like every other YouTuber out there where it's like, how do I know without literally going through everything you have to find out where I'm at in what I've seen of your content? Comic Books Explained. You're the worst culprit of that. I mean, you literally have ruined your own career by being lazy and not literally documenting everything, by getting rid of things, and by literally having the most unorganized YouTube page fucking ever. I'm not gonna go and cause insults or, talk about your dopey. No one wants to hear that shit. And no one thinks you're sexy when you go. You have a nice voice, but when you go and say, my sexy voice, and then you think about how you actually look, it's not sexy. It's fucking cringe, and my skin crawls every fucking time. And I'm sure every woman in the world feels the same way. So, even if I think you're married or whatever, which, good, I'm glad you got a partner before everyone, in the world saw you go, 100,000 billion times. But yes, otherwise, you're awesome at what you do, except for you also suck when it comes to showing panels and describing them. You literally do not say what's on the panel. I have to go and pause hundreds of times to read the panels because you can't buy them. They're old comics. You can't buy them unless you buy new ones, which then you're just giving money to a woke multi-conglomerate which is out for world domination. So seriously, I want to start buying comic books again, but not until they're not owned by Disney. That's the most, literally, Walt Disney was a Nazi. Did Americans not realize that? And it's so funny that they're the leader of woke agenda and fascism and ruining all media. They have ruined all media. Every fucking piece of history. Even Walt Disney didn't ruin his own shit. Even he knew he had to build something that stood the test of time. And he was a fucking Nazi. 100% Nazi. Not partial collaborator, just afraid for his own life. We're talking a man that went out and avidly was racist as fuck. Why do you think blackface started on his Mickey Mouse cartoons? People are so fucking stupid today. They buy into this fucking... And also, Disney, you owe me a lot of fucking money for being such a piece of shit corporation. Because Marvel was such a juggernaut, and I believed so strongly in it, that I invested a lot of fucking money in Marvel, thinking that it was actually going to continue to be the biggest, best conglomerate corporation fucking ever, because it was already there and well on its way to improving and growing and growing and growing. It was like Amazon before Jeff Bezos got engaged to a Barbie doll. I think they're married now. Well, she's just with him for his money because he's an ugly, short, bald, woke piece of shit. And Amazon owes me a lot of fucking money because of him literally being a joke for his wife, because everyone's like, you paid for your wife completely? Like, do you pay for her to live with you? Like, and to show affection? And do you pay for her to make appearances as your wife? Because literally, he's paid for all of her work done, and she doesn't even have amazing fake boobs. Like, seriously, you're gonna go and have that much work done to your face and not have the most flawless fake boobs, when just average semi-overweight girls that want to do webcam can go and spend like 5-6 grand down in Texas or somewhere and get XL implants and be like an 11 for the rest of their life, making millions. And those are, you know, girls that were probably on meth or crack or dating some redneck with orange teeth, missing teeth. Alright, now I'm done. And I'm cooled off, so it's my next routine. It's like I'm back in the old days where I wanted you to just listen to what was going on in the background on top of my lifting. But it all got monetized to shit, so I had to take it all down. Oh, that feels good. Good isolation. Right in the middle. That's what she said. And there's the left shoulder. Be careful. Be careful. Pandering to modern audiences. Can't believe I fucked that up because it's a good quote. We'll just cut that part out. Damn, my mustache is getting unruly. You sandbagging son of a bitch. Look at you. Look at those. Like, how do I even, like, seem fat when, like, my chest goes over my gut and I'm not sucking in? This is just me. So, chest goes just over my gut, so technically I'm not fat anymore. But, my arms would not be this fucking massive if I didn't have size to make them. It takes size to make size. Anyone who says that that is anything other than the truth, or the fact that like you know, I should cut weight when I'm not as big as I want to be muscular wise, you're just a walking whatever the fuck. All right. Gotta wipe my face. And to also go and clear up that, because I have to, because of, like I just said, ignorance among the masses. I don't have any issue with someone being overweight. My mother was overweight. I've battled with having a slow metabolism since I've been an adult. It's my mother's side of the family. It just is what it is. But I'm also got the genetics of like a Swede and, you know, a big person, not like the little Frenchies on my dad's side that failed. Which more people should constantly reference the war and how you should treat people that acted during the war. Like, for some reason, they're let off the hook because now the Nazis are in our country. So now it's like the people that would go in literally cause like a harm to society by claiming that people are fascists and Nazis, or you know, caring about, you know, negativity, or have the balls to go and judge people when they have no right to judge. Yeah, only those people are doing it. So yes, I don't have an issue when it comes to being overweight whatsoever. It's just like, try not to be. Like, it's unhealthy. I only talk about how my weight and it being an issue for me is because the fact that I do have like just this and this on the sides, just this and this on the sides, but you know, abs underneath that I can feel. Just because of that, and because I have chunky cheeks, women that are masculine and have terrible hygiene and are overweight beyond being overweight think that they could be with me and hit on me, and I have been objectified by these disgusting humans for way too fucking long. And that is why I am allowed to have an opinion on the beauty of a woman, because I have been objectified by disgusting older women. They're disgusting. Older doesn't matter. Disgusting younger women, just disgusting women in general. And disgusting men that look like they're trying to be women. Without any actual effort. And it's like, the fuck? Pick a lane. Literally, pick a lane. You're the reason why there's only 3 letters in the, you know, rainbow flag now. Because because too many fucking weirdos are just using that as being a way to be predators, because they couldn't get any being whatever they were before, and have now made it disgusting to be associated with, and to literally, you know, yeah, any association whatsoever is all these disgusted, perverted, mostly men, wearing wigs without any feminization at all. What makes you a woman is being more feminine than a natural woman. That's what makes you a woman. And yeah, when it comes to all the men out there that say, "Oh, that's a dude," yeah, you take that girl's clothes off and you tell me that you wouldn't have your way with her. Seriously. When they get that attractive, yeah, you tell me that you wouldn't have your way. Or just say, yeah, I'm not even gonna say that. But yeah, seriously, the world is fucked up because of fucking weirdos. We have laws in place because of fucking weirdos, not because of people that are in charge. Because, well, actually no, the people that were in charge, that are still in charge, are the fucking weirdos. The people that have become in charge have literally made these people go off the deep end, and it has made me the most undesired person ever, except for by the waste of society. So, like, because I'm so hated by the masses for just being me, I have people that are fucking disgusting thinking that they could have this, or touch this, or talk to this. Like, what the fuck? You know how many fucking hours in the gym I've spent? How many fucking days where I didn't want to live, but forced myself just to get up and move? Just because I didn't want to be so depressed like my mom because she was too far overweight. You know, I used to go and think about, like, when I was a kid, like how great it would be to get just fat, just so I could literally Forrest Gump it. Just run it off. Just run and 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 run. Because I felt like I could do that, like, easily. But when you actually age and you realize what anxiety and depression is, never mind the abuse and society and everything, you get to the point where you're a toddler and you need your hand held. And that's not a bad thing. What's bad is the people out there that don't do the hand holding when they signed the fucking contract to do so. That's why my father's a fucking murderer. And actually, this is going to be my longest workout video, so I better finish up because I just got the low power thing. Workouts take forever. Never mind when you go on a fucking rant for like a half hour, 40 minutes. Because you're so fed up with everything that's happened over the last just 2 days. Okay. Yeah. Come at me, bitch. Alright, camera change before our battery dies. Oh yeah, also, being in manufacturing is kind of like being in fucking prison, so, I have had I've had way more than my share of perverted older men fucking hitting on me, or fucking, pretending to be my friend for, like, years, just to find out that they're fucking trying to fuck me. So that's why I am the exception to the rule. Till you are, shut your fucking mouth, keep your eyes to yourself. Seriously, shut your fucking mouth and keep your eyes to yourself. This isn't a Will Smith, keep my wife's name out your mouth. He is another one of those, Chicago's. Like, seriously, get rid of that fuck. Like, seriously. He even laughed at the joke, and then when he realized that his cockhold situation wasn't working out, and she gave him the look, which you can all see, he had to go up and be barbaric, uncivilized. And a comedian who literally gets paid to get under your feathers, to ruffle your feathers. What the fuck is wrong with this world? That's why Cindy Watson's so great. Because every single video she like breaks it down. Just like I'm doing right now, but she's gorgeous. And funnier than me. And also not sweating and overweight. All right. All right, everyone. Before my battery dies, this was another episode of Bodybuilding by Holobic, and I'll see you next time.